Alrighty then. It's 5 in the evening, Eastern Time. My last viable job prospect ghosted me. So we're going to open this with an advertisement. If you watch my streams regularly and are not subscribed, please consider doing so. Um, this is going to have to somehow probably going to have to somehow turn into a way to make a career. So, yay. If you watch my VODs on YouTube regularly, uh, yay. The description will have a link back to Twitch. You can sub here. There's a Patreon. You can go there and give me money. Not integrated yet onto Twitch or YouTube is a coffee. You could give me money there too. That's what the advertisement's for, though. It's not exactly a stream thing. So I can also write, do software, and GM. Software is a pile of worms. I'm not willing to quote anything about that. If you have software that needs written, reach out to me. You probably can't afford me, but reach out. But for writing and for GMing, I can offer quotes, and I will. For writing, obviously, this is not about fan fiction. Fan fiction belongs to the various people and is, a thing of taking money for that is not exactly a legal, legitimate thing. But as far as just writing, 5 cents a word. That's my price for a base. If it's something that's going to be especially taxing, either a lot of writing or a particularly short time frame, or troublesome content, I'll probably up that price. But that's a base writing. If you want some slop or you want like a real low effort sort of documentation type thing, there's your price. Documentation, I'd probably have a surcharge that I'd throw on there about me actually learning how to do the thing, how the thing I'm writing documentation for works. But 5 cents a word seems pretty simple, pretty straightforward. That's kind of if you want me to take your two OCs and write a story about them kissing, that's like 500 words. Sure. That's like a 25 buck story. You can afford 25 bucks. Give me 25 bucks. I'll write, a short little thing about your OCs kissing. And if I get into it, maybe you'll get free words. Um, the other thing I'm willing to quote for is GMing. If your group's less than 6 people, I'm willing to say $250 for a 4-hour game session. That's $250, not $2.50. And that's taking into account prep time, recovery time that I wouldn't be able to be doing other sorts of work, etc. Um, and I know that sounds like a lot, but if that's if that's 5 people, that's $50 each. And yeah, that's kind of a lot, but you're offloading all the work no one wants to do. It's gonna be involve making a private Discord server for you and your friends related to the game. It's gonna involve making sure that I have all the Roll20 spun up. And of course, if you live in the Baltimore area, uh, you can reach out about possibly doing that as an IRL thing at like No Land Beyond or something. But yeah, so that's the ad, right? Give me money. I need to pay rent. I need to pay for medicine. I need to pay internet and such. Yay! Please give me the money. I need some money. I can't. Wishes, hopes, and prayers don't pay the landlord. They don't pay for the estrogen. They don't pay the child support. Also, tell your friends. If you enjoy watching me, you probably know someone else who would too. And if you don't chat, chat. I don't bite often. But yeah, that's enough of the advertisement. Now, on to suffering. Yeah, we don't even get Ring a Bell. We don't get Bonnie Pink today. We have this. So, that's locked. Cool. This is not. I'm sorry. You said you were unlocked and let me go down last time. My entire strategy here was about... Why is this game gotta be like this? Do I have any exit items? Cool, I guess we're going the long way to get out of here. So I can refresh my items in preparation for the final boss. Oh, this game was really... Like, I had very few complaints about this game. Basically until the moment I walked into this room and went, what? Like, I had some issues with the way this theme song is stupid. So this song is kind of dumb. But then, beyond that, I didn't really have any major complaints, right? Some of the side quests were a little... What are you on about? Some maps could have been resolved a little bit better, but that's like normal JRPG stuff, That's critique. And part of that is genre critique. Why are all of these locked so I can't go down again? I'm gonna have to come up too. Like, I'm gonna go down and then I'm gonna have to come back up. See, over there, that's accessible through one of these. I have a feeling that, like, the game bugged. I have a feeling that I am supposed to be able to go down those to get those other pieces of equipment. But things bugged out, so let's go down. Whee! Actually, on the whole, I actually enjoyed this dungeon, too. This was an interesting, clever dungeon. It's really up to that last moment. That last moment, I'm like, what the hell are you on about? It's open over here so I can go out, right? Good. I'd have been annoyed if I wasn't able to go back. So the plan is basically just to refill items and give it another go. Because I'm like, okay, good enough, I'm doing good enough. Like, I got to within 10% last time before I was like, I don't want it anymore. Hey, what are you? Lemon gels. I will take those on my way out. That will save me money. Not that I have any money problems, but it will save me. And then if this doesn't work, it's grind time. And honestly, I'm not sure I'm willing to. There's a couple of things that the final boss does that make him unfun. And it's not even like dodging violent pain. That's not that big of a deal. What makes me annoyed is there really no way for me to take these down? Garbage. But yeah, the reflexive move. I forget what the technical term for those is. The one that comes into play when I hit my trigger and Rita's like, "You're dead," and shoots a beam from the sky. That should not be dodgeable. Like, it's a reflexive thing. It just, I have to hit the button. It freezes me into an animation. It interrupts my attack pattern. Like, that should not be a thing that I have to worry about the enemy dodging. That's not cool. Although I do recognize I am underleveled. I looked up the boss and I need to be about 10 levels higher than I am. Yeah, we're level 50. Okay, who's our highest level? You. Glenn, you can join the group instead of her. I'm sorry, baby doll. Okay, do we have good stuff here? Mind if I step away? I'd like to talk to the mages here about spirit conversion. Last year research might be useless anyway. Try not to be long. Aww, bye Rita. Oh. New items, you say? New armor, you say? Nothing of value. Well, except for these. No miracle gels, though. That's a little sad. I don't think I need those, but you know what? I'll just fill up everything. Let's go. We need a full preparation. We don't want any capabilities to sneak by us and cause problems. I just wish I could buy treats and such. Can we synthesize them? With medical herbs. Where do I get medical herbs? Oh, hey! Let's go limit bottles. Need flare stones. Yeah, we'll make any of those that we can. Anything new here that we care about? We're just gonna start getting some of these set up. We're gonna actually think about what everyone's got when we get them. Okay. I need one of those for you for sure. Mermaid cloak. So she's not in the party, so I can't see if the gothic dress is going to be better. Based on price, I don't think so. I'm gonna make one anyway. Just because, you know, she wants to dress up later. We really don't have crystals. Ape Man coat. Sad. Okay, spike shield for you. Last Fencer is good. For that, we would need star gems that I don't have, so we're just not getting it. I'm gonna run through real quick. I'm only looking at Estelle and Flynn. Okay. So she's not in the party, so we won't be able to, like, validate it. Okay. I think that's as best as we can get. Is Rita around here chatting with people somewhere? I want to check in on Rita for her little event. So that's about the long and short of it. Wow, things have gotten pretty bad. Spirits, huh? So you're saying you want to take our Blastia research away from us? People can't live without Blastia. I don't like this idea one bit. You all sure talk big for a bunch of amateurs with underfunded research no one cares about. I mean, I would love to have underfunded research no one cares about. Like, what'd you say? You want to rumble? I didn't come here to listen to you have your petty arguments. You just put your emotions on hold for a few minutes. Anyway, it's as I told you. We mages will soon be unable to simply continue with our studies of Blastia. I thought it would be best if I let you know. We can't accept what you've told us. Even if you're the best brain in Aspio, you're still a child. Adults are reluctant to pay heed to the words of one as young as you. Hey, Merrick et al. Surely that's all there it is. It's really not the issue here. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, we'll do something about the... yeah, you do. Like, she's not asking your feed inputs. The governments of the world have all agreed, and we're gonna go kill the guy stopping us from doing it. There's not gonna be Blastia soon. Let's go. Okay. Rita's back in the party. I don't think I have anything new for her. Okay, so now I need to think about these. Going into our final dungeon, what do I want you to have? Actually, could I make diamonds for everyone? Because I think the boss that was giving us trouble used light magic. So if we can give everyone diamonds, that might help. I don't think we can synthesize enough, though. Nope, we don't have enough heavy metal. Well, in that case, I think we want to keep the mystic symbol as our thing. Yeah, we'll take our mystic symbol. You can have the diamond. Warrior is probably what we want. Actually, effective ring is probably what you want. And I will give you the warrior's symbol. Yeah. Okay. So it's now time to run back to the top of the final dungeon and fight the final boss again. That's right, that's the part of the game we're in. We're ascending to fight God, only instead of God, it's like our best friend who wants to wipe out humanity and use the energy of their deaths to kill God, because God is strangling the world with tentacles. And instead we're gonna use the power of the spirits that we've just created with science to kill God. JRPGs never disappoint in being absurd at the end. Although, again, I don't actually have too many complaints besides the music for this dungeon overall. Like, this was a bit of a maze, but it was a maze that was pretty easily understood, and we could go everywhere except for where the bugging out elevators are. And the actual... as evidenced by the fact I know where I'm going. Like, you don't get lost in this place, despite how it looks like you will. And in theory, you don't even need to run up again, because there's elevators that I guess are supposed to take you back down and up to rebuy goods, but they just aren't working this time. They were working last stream, and then they just stopped. These are the elevators. Like, it's obvious they aren't supposed to work on the way up, but they should work on the way down, and the ones at the top worked last stream, and then they just stopped when I reloaded the game. And this area is well balanced for combat. The enemies are comfortably hard. It's fun. You know, it's dramatic marching up this great big ruined building from millennium past. Even if it is a little bit too big. This puzzle was kind of cute and fun. I liked it. We had to figure out a way to knock the various... Oh, you're gonna be... I should have picked you up on the way back. Yeah, you're a life bottle. You would have saved me like 300. Oh well. But yeah, this was fun. We had balls and we had to hit them and exploit geometry to knock them into the little hole. And if you took a time to run around, then you could hit them once and they would roll all the way in a hole in one. It was cute. That was a good puzzle. Like, yeah, this is a good game overall. Except for the bug that required third-party software to fix. And the last fights. Starting with this one, which is done. We're not fighting it again, so you don't get to see it. I am glad to report. Zagi was bullshit when we fought him the first time at the start of the game. Zagi has remained bullshit the entire game and had no relevance. I don't even know why Zagi was in the game, but we finally ended Zagi, and that turned off the portal here. So we can leave and continue running upstairs. Which we have to go downstairs before we can go upstairs. Again, not a bad situation, especially with holy bottles. Although my abuse of holy bottles is why I am 10 levels below the recommended level for the final boss. And it's been causing headaches, as you would expect. But here is where it really goes bad. This room, out of nowhere, suddenly this. No lore reason, no explanation, just... Ooh, creepy aesthetic. Why is it like this? You have to roam it around and do a puzzle to open the way. This is just not working anymore. And then we have our final bosses. For raiders who want to see something of what's going on at the end of the 50-hour game, I'll go ahead and rewatch these scenes, even though we died a lot to this boss last night, so... Duke, former bestie. Your average cable TV brained parents.
Duke, we have the 4 elemental spirits. Their power can counter the Autophagos.
There's no need to use people to destroy the Autophagos.
Look at its size. 4 spirits are nothing against it.
They're crucial. We'll make up the rest by turning the Blastia cores to spirits too. Every single core in the world!
And as a bonus, it'll put an end to the Blastia culture that you hate so much. Not too shabby, huh?
I doubt humans will hand over their Blastia quietly. Or will you force them?
We don't force anyone to do anything.
Patty, do not... I said this yesterday, but I'm going to say it again. Patty, we literally just had massive, like, hour-long cutscene meeting of all the various world leaders where we agreed to force everyone to give over their Blastia.
Can you not believe that people can move forward and change?
Humans will not let something go once it is in their grasp.
So you won't listen. We will destroy the Autophagos our own way. Please, wait just a little longer.
The people are determined as we are determined. We won't let that go to waste.
And will the world return to its former state?
Huh?
Will the air be controlled by the Entelecheia? Will all life return to a time when nature ruled?
No.
You are changing this world, our Terca Luminaries. For what? For the convenience of humans. Nothing more.
Can't you think that the world might be growing? I think of the Entelecheia becoming spirits as evolution. Can't you see that?
I would not presume to speak on the choices of the Entelecheia. However, I also have my choices.
So you won't listen to us because we're humans?
You say you can't trust people, so you just drop everything. Then when it's too late, you try to wipe them out?
Do you know what this tower is? Tarkaron was once a city, but the ancients turned it into a weapon to destroy the Entelecheia. To the ancients who did not recognize the threat of the Blastia, the Entelecheia who attacked the Blastia were nothing more than a nuisance.
And the air went out of balance, and the Autophagos appeared.
Only then did humans listen to the words of the Entelecheia. Our world has seen many sacrifices, yet humans committed the same offense, and they will again. Those who eat away and ruin this world. Those who would change the world for their own continued existence. They are apostles of destruction greater than even the Autophagos.
Is that the reason you're trying to destroy humanity?
I made a vow to my friend that I would protect this world.
Lucifer.
So Chroma told you.
Yeah, she also told us to stop you.
She listened to us too, and became a spirit. So please, we can do this together.
Enough. If the Entelecheia would throw away their mission, then I will take it up. I need not wait for your method. Once I complete this formula, the world will be saved.
Duke, stop!
As long as humans rule, they will commit the same offense time and again. If that happens, their hearts will grow wild, and the future will be even more painful.
Even if that happens, it's the path we choose. Even if we are hurt or stopped, we can still walk again as long as we don't give up. She's right. You'll never find anything new if you're afraid of making mistakes, of failing. And unlike you, we haven't chosen this path on our own. Everyone decided on it.
Yeah, going it alone might be tough, but we're not alone. If one person can't do it, then we do it together. I finally learned that we can walk together like that.
Eventually, you'll hit a dead end with the solutions you come up with alone.
Okay, I still don't know how you turn from a 60-year-old man into, like, a 10-year-old girl. That is a major unanswered question in this game. I adore Patty. Patty is precious. Knowing that Patty is Ifrit is amazing. But game needs to give us a way to know why the 60-year-old man became like the 10-year-old girl. What?
But if everyone takes up oars together, no wind nor rain can stop you crossing the ocean.
That may be sufficient for those who are connected to one another. However, there will always be some who cannot accept a difficult future. You all surely understand that.
It will be difficult, but that is reality. They will take what changes, think, and change again. Both the people and the world. So even if it takes tens, hundreds of years, they will listen someday. I know this now. That's what it means to live.
Change is painful, but fearing it means we never make any progress. And we'll be there to support those who need it. That's why knights exist. Why guilds exist.
Right. There are things you have to protect. But this old man wants to see what lies ahead for people in the next era. See how the fools change. For those who can't see them anymore.
Young mage, can you truly stand by while all this world's Blastia are lost?
I don't care. My conviction is what mattered. My faith in Blastia. Actually, it was more like love.
In the end, though, they were not worth risking your life to save.
What are you, stupid? It's not about risking my life. Even without Blastia, there are plenty of things in this world worth loving.
And it frames her girlfriend on the side of the screen right there. Let's go.
Abandoning the old for the convenience of the new. Perhaps that would work. But I, for one, will risk my life. Though I must endure the scorn of youth, I will risk my life.
Okay. Now it's time. Let's go.
We're gonna kill the Autophagos, so stay out of the way.
This isn't a path we chose alone.
I have no reason to go along with your plan.
Could you be any more stubborn? Why won't you listen?
We made this choice so humans and Entelekea could move on together.
I have new
Okay, at least he doesn't dodge as stupidly as Zagi did.
Regret that decision, and humans.
It just was irritating me last night fighting his dodgy ass right after Zagi.
Our resolve runs deeper than that.
Such a foolish conclusion. There is no longer any point in talking.
I guess we have to fight.
If you would just listen.
No more.
Blah, blah, blah. Hey! He actually didn't dodge You're Dead once. Beautiful. Okay. You need a miracle gel. You need to leave me alone. And you need a melange gel. Yeah, but let's melange gel you just to be safe.
I am so gonna make you hurt.
Yeah. Okay, he's mad at me. Okay, let's throw out our last specific. Save our treats for the next fight, because we need them to recover from big bangs. Okay. Phase 1 complete.
You're just feeling sorry for yourself because you can't change. Pathetic.
Say what you will. I will walk my own path.
I probably would have said the same thing when I was still in Ospio.
I have no intention of betraying who I was.
I'm not ashamed of who I was either. I'm the person I am now, precisely because of who I was.
Duke is learning the hard way that you don't argue with an autistic 15-year-old.
We don't just change, we continue on from that point.
Such wishful thinking.
Call it whatever you want. So, are you gonna give up or not?
I will press on with my own path for as long as I have strength.
Too bad.
I have no regrets. I will die for that end. My friend, grant me your strength.
Oh shit, he also has the power of friendship. Okay. I do believe this is the actual final boss. Okay.
You fools. How could the Entelekea agree to such an uncertain plan?
It's not uncertain. We did it. The Entelekea became spirits. Using the spirits to defeat the Autophagos is not a fantasy.
Please don't ignore a changing world.
You're just clinging to the past.
So I am the only stubborn one? No, I am not mistaken. I will use all my power to eliminate your misguided purpose.
Okay.
I'm using this. Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your
You get a melange gel. You get a melange gel. Aww. I didn't get it off before the Big Bang.
You still say?
Okay, everyone's at 1 hit point. Drop the treat.
I'm using this. Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your favor. Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your favor. Oh, disturbing power. Judgment upon the evil before.
Okay, let's pineapple gel you. And I want to tell you to pineapple gel also.
Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your favor.
Okay, and then you... Oh, excuse me, I should have been telling you the lemon gel. Whoops.
Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your favor. Oh, disturbing power. Nurse. Judgment upon the evil before. I am so gonna make you. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Pain. Blah, blah, blah. Pain. Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your favor. Nurse.
I'm out of MP. That would explain it. You're... Okay, Big Bang number 2. Basically, every time he does his overlimit, he Big Bangs. And we treat. Okay, he's down to a third health. I shouldn't have trusted. I'm gonna Miracle Gel myself. Okay, time for us all to die again. Okay, this should set us all at 1 hit point again. Although I haven't been this low in hit point before when it happens. So it might just kill. Nope, it is exactly as I thought. 1 hit point. Set. You nurse. Thank you for unmuting me, Flynn. Okay. Don't care about my physical attack being down. Okay, that is what I like to see. Keep him held in place. Come on. Gosh darn it. Jerk dodged. Why am I not? I even made an extra one.
Accept your fate, Duke.
I shall end it all with this.
We'll defend the world our own way.
If I remembered I had limit bottles, that fight would have been easier. Okay, so it turns out the problem last night was mostly just the combination of being pissed off after Zagi and having to ration items. So this is not actually as bad a final fight as I thought it was.
Finish that
Yay! We can resurrect people now with our preferred main. And we have the title Fatal Sorcerer. Okay. I think that's the end of the game, though.
I'm sorry, Lucifer. I could not keep my promise.
I don't know what Lucifer was like, so this doesn't mean much coming from me. But if Lucifer fought for humans during the Great War, then I don't think he'd want his friend to reject humanity.
Lucifer's wish to protect the world. Peace for all living things.
Yuri! Hurry! I'm on it!
Here we go. Estelle, synchronize. Judith, give me support. Okay. Understood. Yuri, let's go!
Me heart's a love letter.
We're counting on you, boss.
Yay, the spirits. Undine, Ifrit, Sliff, Golem, we made you all. And the Blastia cores are all becoming spirits too. Basically ending technological society, but we're not going to worry about that.
So then they truly intend to give up the Blastia.
It's over?
Oh, no way! Our plan isn't working!
No, it's okay. Just a little more. It just needs a little more power. But how? There isn't any more.
Come on, we gotta do something!
It's gotta work.
This can't be how it ends.
Antilochaea. Spirits. Humans. Lucifer. Can this world truly change?
Damn it, come on!
Yay, the Autophagos is defeated! With the power of religion and friendship. But not like
Spirits? You mean all
But like animism.
All the Entelekea who became Autophagos, they all transformed into these spirits.
So the Autophagos was also part of this world. Unbelievable.
It's so beautiful.
It is.
We did it.
Was this truly the right thing for us to do?
I don't know. We lost all the Blastia, and with that, the barriers are gone. But we chose that path, so I guess we gotta live with it. As long as we're still alive, we'll be okay.
You are strong.
Yeah, well, that's because I'm not alone.
Yay, the whole follicule is here.
Hey, Duke! See you around.
Yuri!
Great job, Yuri!
That was so awesome!
Aww. And see, this doesn't feel kind of as cliche as it should be, because the spirits, like, weren't there in the world. We had to go engineer them and create them and convince things to commit suicide to become them. It's actually, like, really. Yay, we did it. Oh. Let's ring a bell, like, remixed. Instruments performed by Burning Chicken. Yeah, I love Burning Chicken. Kazuhiro Ando, don't sue me. Oh my god, is that a cat mouth Estelle? Oh my gosh. Yelling at Yuri. Oh. These aftermath pictures are just so cute. Why is that Earth? Why is it Earth? Rita, what's going on? Rita, tell your girlfriend to stop planning an interdimensional invasion of Earth. Well, too busy science. Too busy making frickin' personal flying machine. Rita. Just the girl of all time. Oh my gosh. Hey, Carol, what's Brave Vesperia up to? Oh my gosh, it's those kids from earlier. Oh, everyone gets to do the thing. Oh, Raven. Okay, that's anti-establishment Raven at the end is okay. Fine. I'm glad, reluctantly, that we didn't throw you into the lake. Baul, we love you, Baul. And Judy, we love you too, Judy. What are we announcing? Oh, sad Carol. Yay! All of Carol's friends. Oh, they're fighting a big dragon together. Okay. That's cute. Hey, it's Capitalism Girl! And Patty. Oh no, it's the ship. Patty's got her own ship. Again. Yay! Can't keep a good pirate down. Aww. Of course Estelle would write everything down in a book later. That is such an Estelle thing to do. Tales of Vesperia. Hey, Carol got the girl. Yay, it's Nan. Good job, Carol. Yuri, you don't need to climb in the window to see your boyfriend. Seriously. The two of you are dating Estelle. It's pretty obvious she's like queen now, so you can probably go in the front door. Sonia's still mad that her crush is gay. Witcher? Oh god. Witcher, what are you doing? This is great. Oh, Duke. We didn't kill Duke. We didn't have to kill Duke. We just had to beat him up a little. I'm actually really happy about that. And it really ties into like the theme about negotiation and finding common ground that this game has. Like even our final boss, we just needed to knock out of the way, and then when he saw what was going on, had a chance, he's like, oh. Okay. It's kind of great. Bowl, bye-bye. Woohoo! Victory! $50 hours, 58 minutes of save time, plus some extra time for reloads. Oh, that was intense. There was a lot going on in this game. I'm not EX New Gaming. Let's see, what did I like about the game? What did I dislike? I actually liked a lot about this game. Like, this game was really good. Like, I don't think that I don't think it's quite as good as Berseria, but it doesn't have the big glaring flaws Berseria had. Like, Berseria really had some issues with all of its maps being too big. with its menuing being a little too intricate. And then there were some quality issues that dropped off in the end. And we still had some quality issues drop off here, but they weren't as bad. And this game also feels like it skipped the big problem the Tales of series has. That all the games I've watched Sahil play, and that all the games I've played have had, where Act 1 is good, Act 2 is good, and then Act 3 is way too long. Part of that is me opting not to 100% it. The lost stream, because the audio update broke everything, had me spending like 5 more hours running around the world and doing side stuff. But none of that's like there. Like, it isn't like Symphonia, where kind of the whole last third of the game felt like a lot of not really interesting stuff. Vesperia had a similar issue, where there was a lot of why are we even doing this considerations, where it felt really long and drawn out. Vesperia, I was worried would get that. Like, throughout the game, I kind of had the sense of, oh, this is the final boss. Oh, no, it can't be. There's this thread. And when we started setting up the spirits, I went, oh no. This is going to be painful. Like, I thought this is where we're going to start dragging. But it didn't really matter that much. Like, one of the spirits we already had carried around in our pocket, and we just did it once we figured out that we could. Then we had a spirit that we had to negotiate with, who was dying, who just did it. So we had, Spirit 1 we already had on us. Spirit 2, we had a cutscene. Spirit 3, we had a pretty interesting dungeon with some interesting little back and forth politics as we were kind of chasing the hunting blades who were off to kill the Entelecheia we needed to turn into the spirits. And then we had, the fight with the Entelecheia, where that's the only one we really forced to be a spirit, because we kind of murdered her and then turned her into Golem. And then we had the last spirit, which was a kind of annoying dungeon, but it wasn't actually that bad the first time. It was really the second time we came back hunting for more treasure after we gained the ability to burn things that it became an issue. And I think if we had found a way to upgrade the Sorcerer's Ring before that dungeon, we wouldn't have had that problem. And then of course we get to the end where we have, the Prove Your Strength boss fight and the negotiation and sort of, yeah, okay, I'll do it, but you have to beat me in combat and kill me in combat. I'm not going to just kill myself. Prove that you're strong enough. And then it was just the end. Almost abruptly. But yeah, I really appreciate the pacing of Tales of Vesperia a lot. It doesn't feel like it dragged. What do I not like? Well, no, let's keep going with what we like. I love most of the characters. I very much appreciate that Rita is basically actually a lesbian. Most of, the shipping that I have going on here is very much me just having fun. This is the closest, I think, a game from 2008 made for the mainstream could come to pointing to the 15-year-old wizard in your party and saying, this is a lesbian. Like, I don't think you could get any closer to that in the time. I think you'd be hard-pressed to do it today, even in a mainstream game. Like, I really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate it. More than just, you know, sort of self-insertness of, oh, Rita is like a nicer version of me when I was 15. Like, yeah, it was great. What I dislike. Okay, let's keep going with what I like. I like the combat for Estelle and for Patty and for Rita. Like, magic combat in Vesperia felt really powerful. I especially enjoyed it when I got a little later in the game and had the option to make my spells stronger if they took longer to cast, and then to give myself Carpal Tunnel and Bash B to cast faster. That was actually really nice. I really enjoyed it. It gave me a good strategy, and you saw a bit of that in the last fight where I'm like, nope, can't cast now. I have to run away, and now I can cast. And then you combine that with the instant casts on overdrive feeling really powerful. It was great. What I did not like was combat for Yuri, Flynn, or Carol. I did not enjoy their combat, and that's a little annoying because Yuri and Carol are the only characters in the game that you're forced to play as in one-on-one fights. And that was not great. I don't like that we don't have the ability to swap out party members in mid-fight. That would be a good thing. It really felt like a lot of the game I was just sending people on the sidelines. I did not like Raven. Raven, I didn't like up until the Schwann reveal. And then when we had the Schwann reveal and the betrayal and we killed Raven, I'm like, okay, I like what they did here. And if that had been the end of it, I would have probably been like, yeah, I didn't like Raven as a character, but the fact that Raven was like the sleazy old man who betrayed the party and had been secretly evil, not evil, but secretly the cops all the time, like, that was fun. I would have liked that. That he survived and had his little redemption. As satisfying as it was to see Rita beat the shit out of him, it was not worth it, I don't think, for his character. So, you know, that's a negative. Zagi, worst part of the game. The initial fight with Zagi, bullshit, made worse by us not having anyone but Yuri yet, so I have to fight with Yuri's not fun for me capabilities. So I can see where people would like Yuri. I can see, like, a lot of people liking Yuri. Yuri plays a lot like Lloyd. Yuri plays a lot like Lloyd did in Tales of Symphonia. So, like, I can see people liking that. I preferred playing as Colette when I finally got around to trying out different characters in that game. And then I liked Presea a lot in Symphonia too, because if it's not obvious, I like characters where you're kind of committing to the moves you're doing. Like, I liked Presea in Symphonia, even though she was like a melee combatant, because all of her attacks did heavy damage and had long animations. So when you attacked, you were committed. I liked playing Rita in this because, well, you saw in those final battles, her attacks have huge charge up times to be interrupted. And That can be real frustrating sometimes, but it's like a fun sort of frustration. Where do I stand? When do I cast? Are my allies going to be in the way? Level design. Almost all of the dungeons in this game were good. Gosh, I don't remember the name of the place. That kind of overrun town during Act 1 with the spiral staircase down. I still remember that for being the perfect length for a spiral staircase. You know, when you're walking down the staircase and the screen is panning and you're like, it's just long enough that you're getting the sense of scale and depth. And then right when you're like, okay, this is a bit much, it's done. It's like, oh, we're done, yay. And then you don't have to walk back up at the end. So that was nice. A couple of the dungeons did stay there, come a little too long. The castle at the end of Act 2, the big, puzzle in the castle was annoying. I liked it. I liked the puzzle. I did not like the layout of the castle. I think if the castle... Actually, no, for the most part, I liked the layout of the castle. But, so you had two parts. You had, 3 parts of the castle. You had the part of the castle we go to throughout the game repeatedly. That's almost a starting dungeon, too, when we're, breaking Estelle out of the castle at the very beginning. That map was neat and familiar. And then you have, the post-puzzle spire to the Act 2 boss that we kind of thought was the actual final boss, almost. Before he goes elsewhere, and then we follow him to the actual Act 2 final dungeon. Gosh, Act 2 had 2 final dungeons back-to-back. It was excessive, but they were both fun. The second one I had no complaints about. Beyond it existing. And even then, I don't think the second, final dungeon of Act 2 would have bothered me at all if it hadn't been for the middle part of the castle, because there's these extra rooms that you don't go to where the puzzle is. And it involves you kind of going back to these other side rooms you can get to earlier, so you didn't know where they were. So you get given this puzzle and this riddle, and you have to solve the riddle, and you go back to all those side rooms, and I think if the riddles, levers were all in that second area, it would have been fine. If you could have seen more than, one of those levers earlier in the game, it would have been fine too, because you could go, these are where they all are. But the fact that you have to kind of go through and wander and find them, and then hit them in the right order, made it annoying. I think prior to the final dungeon, that's the only one I really had troubles with. Oh, also the manor in the middle. That felt like padding, when we were dealing with our rival, that kind of rival guild that was working with Alexi. That was padding, the whole following the dawn into the manor thing. And then, the final dungeon. Again, the final dungeon wasn't actually that bad. The elevators not working, I think, was a bug, because they were working last stream at the end. I just didn't use them, and then they stopped working when I reloaded. So I'm gonna point to that and say, no, that's a bug. That last room, where it just suddenly went silent and death-like, there was no forewarning of it, no sense that it was coming. It just felt out of place. The music in that dungeon felt out of place too. Like when you walk into the dungeon and you get the ruins, that's kind of okay. That's expected. Then you go and you get the weird sci-fi thing. You're like, yeah, it's Jarios. I can expect it. It's cool. It's Unreal. It's Alien. It's JRPG Final Dungeon. Let's go. I think if I walked into that final room and had the exact same puzzle experience, but it was in the aesthetic of that lower room that I was convinced there was puzzles in that there wasn't, I don't think I would have noticed or minded. It was just kind of suddenly horror. And why? And we kind of got hints of it, I think, in the last convo. But yeah, I do have some questions that I might revisit this game for in the future, because they are there. They're unfinished questions. The big one, number one, is why is Patty a 10-year-old girl? Like, we know that Patty is Ifrid. We know that Ifrid was one of the Dawn's compatriots when founding the guilds, like 40 years before start of game. And based on the Dawn's age and everything, Ifrid is like a 60-year-old man. So why is a 60-year-old man a 10-year-old girl suddenly? I don't know. And I'm sure that that's in the side quests. Like, that feels like something that's in a side quest that I didn't do that will clarify. Probably one of the side quests that give me the bonus outfits I accidentally unlocked. So that's fine. Another question I have, it really felt like, and today when I re-showed the ending cutscene, so anyone who hops to the end can see it, you didn't notice as much. When I was rerunning the fights last stream, you could tell I could skip everything up until Rita starts laying into him. And it was a little jarring. And I realized Rita had the most playtime by far of any of the characters, because I was basically, from when Rita joined the party, unless you were forcing me not to be Rita, I was playing as Rita. And I'm wondering if they do a thing where, like, the character who is, like, your main battle character takes over there, and if there's different endings. Because it kind of feels like it might have that for those, like, preludes to that fight. So, yeah. In my absurd Tales of Headcanon, this is the prequel to Tales of Symphonia, which is, of course, the prequel to Tales of Phantasia, which is the prequel to, like, Tales of Vesperia and Berseria. So, yay. This is, like, to my vibe, the first of them. Maybe we could say Abyss came before it, and this is, like, postphonism. I don't know. I don't want to think about Abyss and try and fit it into things. Obviously, Tales of Legendia is, like, the last one, because it's, like, post-apocalyptic sailboats. But yeah. Let's see if anyone hung around. Hey! There are a couple of people hanging around. I see Kiryu, I see a Skype, and I see Freiheitskämpfer. I'm mispronouncing that. Woohoo. Let me just look at what I've got installed, because I want to have other people make decisions for me on what I stream next. And I have a couple of things on my list to consider. So people who are here will get to take part in a poll. And so even though none of you are my regular viewers, you get to take part in the poll and poke at it and be like, hey, we're going to do this. Deal with it, regular viewers. You've hijacked the stream. I have a Vernum, and I want to play a Vernum. I played Exile and Exile 2 as a kid, but I haven't actually ever finished a Vernum. So I want to do that. I have Temple of Elemental Evil, which I don't think I will enjoy, but I kind of want to play it. And then, do I have any other games that I really do want to play a lot that are sitting in my tip playlist? Yeah. I want to play FF12. I haven't played that since college, and I was high when I tried it. But I do want to try and consider FF12. And then looking in the kind of the bottom of my games, that's only showing me my games, not my soundtracks or anything. I want to give Xenonauts a proper shot sometime, because that just looks like a thing I like. So, hey, anyone who's shown up can vote, and I'm gonna just go tell people to get in there. I wouldn't be surprised if no one actually votes, because you're not regulars, but we'll let you have the say. And then if there is no votes, then I'll probably throw it into my stream. And while that's running, I will start looking into people for us to raid. This is, you know, the end of the game, the end of the stream. If I could run, I could get where we were going. Let's see. I have VTubers galore to kick you into. No one I think anyone would enjoy. So I'm probably just going to let you go when this is done. So, yeah. We're just going to relax a little. Does anyone here have any thoughts or concerns about Vesperia? And to finish the ad, it's not down there it's not down there yet. I should do that later. Hi, if you want me to GM a game for you, I am doing that for pay now. So, yeah, get your friends together and then give me $250 a session. There'll be info on the stream later about that. So, like in the description, so you can come back. It's fine. If you enjoyed the stream, hit the subscribe button. I need money for rent. People showing up and hanging out is awesome, but it doesn't pay my landlord. So I love it if you could like throw $5 if you can afford it, up with the potential paying of the landlord. Yeah. I set this way too long. It looks like the only vote is for a Burnham. So I don't know. If anyone sitting in there wants to send a couple votes on something else, you absolutely can. And you can even spend shinies. There's nothing else to spend them on anyway. If I were not physically disabled, I could actually get to Cube before launch time. The stream ran fast enough. I mean, I can't. It takes me longer than we have to go down the stairs, let alone walk 2 blocks over to the bar. But it is close enough that if I weren't slow, my sons could make that walk. Oh well. It looks like it's a Vernum. That stream will come when it comes. For now, thanks for coming by. There's no one to raid into, so go forth where you will. And remember, don't argue with an autistic 15-year-old. It won't end well. Especially if she can magic. Peace.